Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly focus for December the 17th through to the 23rd, 2018. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. So let's see what the cards have to say for the energy this week. It has been, like last week was really a magical energy, and this week is magical, but it's like it's a grounded magical. Like it's tangible things for everybody. It's very strong. So we do have a full moon, so that could have a lot to do with that. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, this is, everybody, well, there's been a couple of signs now that have had this, and I got really instantly, you know, treat your dreams as a parent would treat their child. They would have a patience, they would nurture, they would do whatever it took to make it successful, them successful, so your dream's successful. It's like 110% commitment. It's unconditional love towards your goals and your dreams and your desires, and you need to treat them as such. And here, in the first position for you, you are. You're talking about it, you're demonstrating it, you're stepping into it, you're getting excited about it. Three of Wands. Three of Wands is all about making the decisions going forward. And there's, we're sitting here kind of in limbo on a lot of this, which is fine. Okay, this new moon, we're in new moon energy right up until Friday. Saturday is the full moon. And then we go into full moon energy, right? So we can step into a lot of new experiences right now. We have to take calculated risks, though. We have to think it through of what we truly want, of what that path might look like. And eventually we'll move over to that second wand, which is another path completely, a twist on the other one, a variation of that same path, but doing a few things a little differently. Well, what does that look like? And can I be successful? And can I commit to that completely? And then we'll move over to the third one. And the third one may not even be the decision of the two. It might be a third thing that opens up to you. Because I'm getting that a lot with this card this week, so I'm going to stick with it. Ten of Wands. And it's time for you to realize what you have been carrying around with you that no longer matters, that burdens you, that weighs you down. It might be your time, it might be your energy, it might be your resources, but something is holding you back from being able to stand strong and true to yourself. We carry the sack of wands on our back, and yes, some of the wands have great new growth on it, so growth potential, but some of them are deadwood. And maybe those wands got you to where you are going, but you no longer need the crutch, or you need the new experience. And so it's time to take stock of your priority and make sure that where you are putting your energy, your time, your resources, that it's investments. If you're giving support, is support coming back? If you're giving your money to something, is it for a reason, or is it just being wasted away right now? Your energy. Are you doing something on somebody else's agenda so that you are too tired to really focus on your agenda going forward? And although I think with the first card, you're really changing things. So you might even be inclined to saying, yep, that's out of here, that's out of here, that's out of here. We're clearing house, we're decluttering. Seven of Pentacles, where is your focus? What are you focusing on? So yes, it's a time, this week is a time when we look at that priority list and we say, okay, you know what? These are the adventures, the opportunities, the learning experiences that I want to travel. And these things are preventing me from doing just that. And these things are taking my focus. So it's time to, we get that stack of wands out so we can stand straight and tall and go after what we want, clearing up time or energy. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles has been in practically every reading. And the first thing I'm getting on this is like it's raining pentacles. Okay? Do you ever get that image in your head or seen that where the money is falling down all around you. It's raining pentacles. But in order to see all 10 pentacles, you really have to focus on it. So where is your focus? In co-creating, in building relationships, in, it's almost like they're in a dance, totally connected with each other. They're in their own world, so to speak. We have the High Priestess walking away, so it's by tapping into your inner magic, realizing the potency of it. Six of Wands, the parade. The parade held for you. Now you're the first to get this, but the last time I had this in my hand, I almost saw it like you were riding your horse. You just come off the battlefield. So you've been through the war, you've been through the war zone, you've been through stresses, and you're still in full armor because you're on to your next mission. There's no stopping. But as you come to your town and you're crossing through, people come out and support you. They start chanting your name and cheering your name and clapping for you. So I think if if you're out there right now and you're promoting yourself in some way, and whatever it may be, you might want to, growing your dream, growing your abundance, growing your happiness, growing your joy, and allowing those things to filter out into you telling your story to others. I think opportunity will come to you. It's like you're riding down the street, people see you and they come out, and the more people that start cheering you on, the more come out to see what the big thing is, and they learn about you, and then they get on the bandwagon and start supporting you. So, especially if you're looking at, getting a new invention out there, or you've got a new idea for something, or you've got a plan in order to put something into action, or maybe it's about you and you want to travel or you want to learn. Um, those kinds of things that you're going to find a lot more support behind you than you thought possible. This is not a time to rest on your laurels. Seven of Swords. And this card's been coming up, and I'm kind of getting the true definition of this one for these readings. And it's if, follow your intuition this week very strongly. If somebody says something to you and it doesn't seem right, or chances are it's not. Or you meet somebody, how you get that vibe, and they might be very nice people, but your energies clash for some reason. Immediately your gut's saying to back it up, or don't trust that person, and you're probably right. So trust yourself. If you don't feel that you should go the same way home that you normally do, then don't. So in all these readings, so it's probably something very small, but something that could really create problems down the road if you go against your senses, your gut feelings, your instinct, your intuition right now. Down the road, I think it could be kind of yucky. So, avoid it at all costs by following your true intuition right now. If you see somebody and it could be somebody to move you forward in your career, and that, and you feel like you should approach them, as long as it's a calculated risk, like you know what you're going to say, but I think you do. Okay, just by that first card, it's like the mother protecting their young, so to speak, a parent protecting a child. And so you will speak with, the way a parent can speak to somebody about their child. We all have the perfect one, right? Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is beautiful. Okay, I'm sorry, but a lot of people don't like this card, especially the way the artist depicts it here. Those swords are not in your back, they're behind you. They're your shield of strength. They're the lessons that you had to learn. And over, up to the last 8 years even, it's been hard energy for everybody. 10 years for some. Or maybe it's just been the last year, last 6 months. But truly, through all your life, your struggles, when we're forced to push through it, when we're forced to learn, when we're forced to grow, that's when we decide to grow. It's not during the happy times. So we've learned things, and those experiences, those relationships have molded us into the person we are today. And yeah, we could feel very beaten up by the energy. But we are pushing ourselves back up. And if you look in the background, the light is starting to crack through those storm clouds. So the storm has passed. Queen of Wands. She is, the Queen of Wands makes you want to do things for her. So the same as I was getting with the Six of Wands, I was looking where it was. When people see you going forward, they want to be a part of your team. And maybe you have more charisma this week, or you just know how to say the right thing at the right time, or you're speaking their language, or and she's also a very optimistic. But she's also a very strong in the fact that she really thinks things through before she makes a decision. And when she makes a decision, it's final. And she can look back years later and know that that decision was the right decision still to this day. Because she took the time to really analyze. So when you are meditating this week, when you are reflecting or sitting in quiet contemplation, okay, think about your decisions that you're making. And if there's more information that might need to come in, you might come across very critical information this week. Very important information that will sway you into a path or a journey or an adventure or a learning experience that you might have missed otherwise. So stay open to all the experiences around you, and look towards, play devil's advocate with yourself to see if you've got an airtight ship that you're sailing in. And the Nine of Swords. If it's not going to matter 5 years from now, it's not going to matter. Stop worrying about what could be, what might be, what was. It's like 90% of what we project as might happen in our tomorrows doesn't materialize, but in our worries and our fears and our concerns. But then we don't allow ourselves the proper rest and relaxation. We're always at that fight or flight kind of mentality in our minds sometimes, and watch that within yourself this week. It's your thoughts. You control the thoughts, so try to lead them in the right direction. Push away any kind of negative thoughts, positive thoughts only. And if it's not going to matter 5 years from now, then it doesn't matter. And look more at the big picture this week. The grand finales of your journeys, of your quests, of your experiences, your learning experiences, your relationships. And don't try and look at all the little things that have to come into place in order for it to run smoothly and every cog fit into every other. So, big picture. Don't worry about the little stuff this week. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.